All right, leaders, so to review our chart again and the rule, if the subject is singular, the verb has to be singular. And sometimes we need to add some endings to the verbs to keep them singular. So verbs that end in S, SH, CH, X, or Z, we're going to add ES to it. The example is the government passes laws. If the verb ends in a Y, we're going to change the Y and add an I and add ES. So Paul Revere spies on the British soldiers. If it ends in any other letter, not mentioned above, then we're just going to simply add an S, like the farmer plows his fields. If the verb is already plural, we're going to keep it and not make any changes. So the colonists fight for their independence. Let's take a look at workbook page 9.1 or 89 and 90. Page numbers 89 and 90. It's activity 9.1. So for the directions, it says fill in the correct pronoun or noun. So you're going to identify if you need to put in the subject or if you need to just use what's already given, and then you're going to write what it looks like in agreement. So remember, singular subjects need to have singular verbs. Plural subjects need to have plural verbs. So I want you to pause the video at this point and complete the chart. And when you're ready to check with us, go ahead and resume. All right, leaders, let's take a look at your chart. So the first two are done for us. The troops prepare, and that stays the same. So it's the troops prepare because the action verb is already plural. They prepare. They is the plural of the pronoun that is plural for the troops, and prepare is already plural, so we're going to keep it they prepare. The cannonball fly. Well, that has that Y, so I'm going to change it to an I and add ES. The cannonball flies. The cannonball is singular, so it's going to be it, the pronoun it. And then I still have to keep my my singular verb, so it's it flies. Thomas Jefferson and Wright. Well, Thomas Jefferson's only one person, so it's Thomas Jefferson writes. I only need to add an S here. Thomas Jefferson was a boy, so the pronoun he. Write, I'm not going to change my rule. It's he writes. The newspapers, it's a plural subject, so I have to make it a plural verb. The newspapers say. Likewise, since it's plural, I'm going to need a plural pronoun, they, and it says they say. Okay. The ox, push. The ox is singular, so I need to make push singular. The ox pushes. We don't know if the ox is a male or female, so we could use a couple pronouns. We could say he, she, or it, and therefore you can choose either one of those, and it would be he pushes, she pushes, or it pushes. The queen cry. The queen is singular. We need to drop the Y and add IES. The queen cries. The queen is a female, so her pronoun would be she. She cries. The representatives is plural, so I need a plural verb. The representatives debate. It's already plural, so I don't need to make any changes to it. The representatives plural, so I'm going to use the pronoun they, and it would be they debate. Now we're going to take a look at the singular pronoun you and drink, so I need to keep it singular, so it would be you drink. If I use you meaning plural, talking about more than one person, I would say you travel, so it still stays the same. If I say I, and I'm singular, so it's I play. And we, talking about a group, it's we listen. So make sure you have that corrected chart, correcting any errors you might have had. The last step of this station is to write some sentences. So this is on page 90. The directions say using only pronouns for subjects. So you're not using specific people, you're using pronouns, I, you, we, she, it, they. Write expanded sentences for 5 pronoun action verbs agreements stated in the chart. So looking back at my chart, I would use like it flies, he writes, they say. I would choose 5 of them with the pronouns, and you're going to write sentences. I can't wait to see what sentences you come up with.